Welcome back to week 11 of the Fantasy Football Formula. This is our picks show where we go game by game, give you our top 5 favorite picks, including our lock of the week. Last week, it was crazy because we went 13-7 on picks, but our locks did not hit across the board, unfortunately. But overall, the picks were still good, still had a winning record on the season. So anyone have anything to say before we get into the games?
Don't let Jeff get hot.
All right.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff,
okay.
Saturdays are for the boys.
Sundays are for Saturday. We're gonna trademark the line now. Start making Colts t-shirts for it.
It's a good investment.
We'll get a onesie over to baby Brady over there.
Yeah.
Right.
No shot. All right. Well, we'll get into it. Thursday night football. We have a few picks from this game, Corey and I. Titans going into Lambeau Field, but the Packers, short week. Packers just had a nice upset over the Cowboys. Everyone kind of counted them out, and Rodgers had one of his comeback wins. All right. What do we think here, Corey? What side are you on here?
I'm on the side of the Packers. I'm back on the old bandwagon here. I did get the over last week. I didn't pick a side. But I did
had the
lean
Packers last week, +5 Lambeau Field.
Yeah. So again, going back to that game, I mean, it wasn't like the Packers looked dominant. I mean, their run defense was kind of iffy, which kind of scares me here. Going against the Titans, who are
for sure
super one-dimensional, and they will just run Derrick Henry into the ground. But again, like PB said, it is in Lambeau, which makes me like this a lot more. The Green Bay Packers are 16-4 straight up in the last 20. And I like that stat line. And I think I still don't think the Titans are a good team. They just keep squeaking by. It's same team as last year. This squeaked by games, barely beaten, the Broncos last week. They didn't look like a great team. They have no passing game. So if they get down,
Vrabel's an amazing coach. To pull off what he has the last 2 seasons with what they got there, he's a really good coach.
Yeah.
I think the schedule makers are really good too, the Titans. They haven't played anyone significant this year. I want to see like a combined opponent's record for them because there's no way it could be good.
Well, one, because they play in the AFC South. They've already played the Colts twice, I believe the Texans once, and the Jaguars twice. So it's like they've already gotten those teams out of their way, and now they just got to play. Basically, they just can't lose to AFC teams because for the playoffs, like they're winning the division right now. But losing to an NFC team really doesn't hurt them. But I like the Packers here, -3 short road or short week. And maybe Aaron Rodgers, maybe they found their secret sauce with Christian Watson.
Yeah, I'm on the Packers side in this one, going right back to them after last week. I'm still not like hopping on the bandwagon saying that I think Aaron Rodgers is an elite quarterback anymore. Like my expectations for him are just like average to above average quarterback, where he's going to show flashes of his old self, but also he's going to have some really bad games as we've seen. But against the Titans, who have a horrible secondary, who just lost, I believe, Caleb Farley. And yeah, they're a complete pass funnel defense, which is going to obviously benefit Rodgers. Derrick Henry is the only chance the Titans have in this game. Like they're going to probably give the ball to him like 30 times, as that's how you attack the Packers. But I think the Titans are frauds. They're one of the major AFC teams that I've been saying all season. I don't believe in them. They will not go far in the playoffs. This team is terrible. So give me the Packers -3.
I like the picks. I don't have one from this game, but that would be the side I'd be on for sure too.
Yeah.
In Lambeau, I think the Packers really found something that last game, and the way they came back, I think, is going to propel them to rip off a couple of wins here.
Yep. All right, next game, we got the Bears going, and most people would think they're the red hot Bears, but their offense has been good,
Bears.
but their defense
Bears.
still is not it. The Bears are going to play the Falcons. Falcons are favored by 3 here. Looks like we have a few picks. We'll start with you, Alex.
PB, I want to hear your picks first, actually.
Okay. So the first one I'll go with is the under 50.5. This is the highest total on the slate, I believe, and it's a Bears Falcons game. Like, if you would have said at the beginning of the season, a Bears Falcons game would be a 50.5 total, you would have absolutely hammered the under. And what do both these teams like to do? They like to run the ball. The Falcons are that's where the Bears are weak. The Falcons will continue just to pound the run. And this game is going to go by very quickly, in my opinion. The Bears, Fields is going to run. Montgomery is going to run a ton. This game is just going to go by extremely fast, in my opinion. So I love the under. My second pick is Falcons -3. And I don't like the Bears. I think both the Bears and Falcons are terrible. But the Falcons all year, like, the one thing they've done very well at is run the ball. And the Bears are horrible against the run. And then the team that's allowing the least amount of yards to quarterbacks rushing is the Falcons. I believe they've only allowed 8 yards a game rushing the ball. Now I know they haven't played the most mobile quarterbacks, but still, like, they've played quarterbacks like Herbert, and they just have not allowed any quarterbacks to really run on them. Obviously, I think Fields will run the ball better than these other ones, but I just think the Falcons at home are going to get the job done against this Bears team on the ground.
Yeah, I'm on the other side here.
Hits.
Bears +3. Gonna keep beating the Fields drum. Yes, he had a bad pick 6. He's young; those are gonna happen. But otherwise, I think he looked pretty solid. Obviously, the defense, giving away our best 2 guys has packed it in for the year. We've seen that the last couple of games for sure. I just don't think the Falcons are going to be able to keep up with the Bears offense. And I think that the run game is ultimately going to be their downfall. I think they're going to run out of clock and not be able to keep up with the way the Bears are putting up points in these past couple of weeks. So I'm going to take the Bears +3, and take this as you will, but teams that play the Panthers in the week prior are 0-8 on the season this year. Falcons just played the Panthers. So
there's no way that has any correlation. There's no way. Like, what are the Panthers like? Well, what's the reasoning behind that? I need to know the reasoning, not just that fact.
Just
stats are stats, PB. Stats are stats.
Okay.
There's no reasoning behind it. There's no reason why it should be a stat, but it is.
They just curse. The Panthers are just pass on the curse, like that movie It Follows.
Yeah. Don't answer the phone.
I mean,
my gosh.
you did see, though, like, when the Falcons were down and them trying to pass the ball, it really showed the true colors of Marcus Mariota and why.
But I don't think they need to pass the ball.
No, I'm
Like,
just saying,
they
like,
just
if the
run.
Bears get out to like a 10-point lead, like, somehow they do, but and Marcus Mariota has to try to lead them back, throwing the ball down the field. Like,
I also have a feeling it's pretty early in the week, so you don't really know what side is going to have more. I would imagine a lot of people are hot on the Bears right now. That the Bears
probably.
Yeah, the Bears are going to.
You might even be able to get the Falcons. Like, I would actually wait, even though I like the Falcons -3 right now. I think you'll be able to get them under the -3 to you'll get them at 2.5. Or
what's weird is that at least on FanDuel, the juice is actually on the Falcons -3. So I don't know. One to keep an eye
I
on
just
for
think
sure.
like later in the week, people
We'll
are
see.
going to see Bears or underdogs and bet them. All right, but I would say I like the under more than the actual side, but I still prefer the Falcons -3.
I like the under as well. I do like the under as well.
All right. Next, we have the Eagles, who just blundered against the Commanders. Yeah, that was a rough loss. Goddard. Colts just had an upset over the Raiders. Well, they went back to Matt Ryan, which was just like out of the blue right before game time. They go back to the better quarterback. But all right, Corey, give me your poem or whatever you want to do here.
Beating the drum.
Do
Jeff
it.
Saturday. He is 1-0, the only undefeated coach in the NFL at the moment. So, take that with a grain of salt. The Colts looked really good. Offensive line, tremendous. They had one sack, I believe the Colts offensive line gave up. One turnover, which was a fumble by a player who probably shouldn't even be in the league anymore, in Kiki Kuti. Don't even know how he sees the field. But he did. Matt Ryan looked great. Jonathan Taylor, great. Defense held their own when they needed to make a play. They tried to throw at Gilly Locks. Gilly Locks locks it down against one of the best receivers in the NFL. Our defense is tremendous. Going against an Eagles offense who is a juggernaut. They are very good. But you kind of saw last night how to beat the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles did get screwed out of a couple plays here with, a couple bad calls gone their way. But at the end of the day, they still had a chance to, try to win that game. And they made a questionable call from the refs. But the Commanders held the ball for like 45 minutes last night. They just ran the ball, converted first downs. They didn't have anything, no third and longs. If the Colts can stay in reasonable third down to gains, they can win this game. And I think they can cover 6.5 at home. This is my lock of the week, Colts plus 6.5. They, Jeff Saturday's returning back to the old Lucas Oil Dome. He built that stadium along with Peyton Manning. There's gonna be a lot of his friends in those stands. And I think, you know what, this whole thing could fall flat on its face. It definitely could. Colts could win 2 games and then lose out the rest. But what it does, it gives some camaraderie, some cohesive camaraderie in. There we go. That's the word. In the locker room that wasn't obviously there with Frank Reich. So, and to give you a nice little juicy stat here to go with this one, the Indianapolis Colts in their last 6 games played in week 11 are 6-0 against the spread. 8-3 in the last 11 against the spread against NFC opponents. Give me the Colts plus 6.5 at home. Take it to the bank, and I'll probably take a money line too. But don't do that. Take the points.
The only thing you're taking to the bank is a losing ticket, because my lock of the week is Eagles minus 6.5. I do not buy anything Jeff Saturday is doing with this team. Going back to Matt Ryan, I guess they just want to finish the season like 8-8 and just have a worse draft pick next season. But this is going to be a loss here for the Colts, and probably in embarrassing fashion. After this line before that Commanders game, probably closer to 10, then the Eagles just, mess up one game. The refs were horrible that game. That was atrocious. But yeah, I mean, people are going to look back at this and be like, how in the world were we able to get the Eagles minus 6.5 against the Jeff Saturday led Colts? If Frank Reich was still the coach, I would just probably not even bet this game. I would respect this line a little bit more, but I don't care about the emotional narrative with Jeff Saturday. I don't care. This comes down to just flat out coaching, and I don't think he has it. So what?
Are you done?
Yeah, I mean, the Eagles are going to blow the Colts out.
So I didn't want to jump in and ruin your lock
you
two clowns do with Alex last week. But what I was going to say, he's not even calling. He's not.
You mean the guys he hired that have never called plays?
He didn't hire anyone
calling the plays.
He didn't hire anyone.
Not hired, the guys he chose to call plays.
Yeah, He did an excellent job last week.
Okay, no, they just.
And Gus Bradley, he's not touching he's literally just going. He literally said he's going
I'm
to Gus Bradley.
pretty sure Matt Ryan just called all the plays last week. I think that is why he's just like, all right, I don't know what I'm doing. Ryan, you've been in the league. Can you just do the game for us this week? And that's probably what's going to happen this week. And I just don't think Matt Ryan is going to have a game plan that's going to beat.
It's not Matt Ryan. You're such a clown.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Do you
But,
want to?
What?
Another way.
Do you want to do it? Another wager?
Sure, Corey.
Or yeah, we'll do this one. Give me Colts plus 6.5 at home.
Yep.
Or do you want to risk it and take whatever the line closes at?
No, I'll take the Eagles right now at -6.5.
Even if it goes down.
Yeah,
Hammer at PB. Come on.
All right.
because I don't think this is moving in favor of the Colts.
My Venmo account is
Corey,
looking to be bolstered on Sunday.
you've won some money on the Colts. Luckily, I don't know if you stopped
4-1 when picking the Colts, by the way, this year.
DFS, you've been made mistakes, but yes, you've won some money on the Colts betting picks. I think that comes to an end this week. The Colts, 6.5 against this team. My gosh. Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you, PB. I think the Colts. Sorry, Corey, but
you're on that. I didn't even know you had a bet on this.
Well, yeah, of course I do. I'm here to win money.
Wait, hang on. Time out.
What else?
Before you speak.
Yeah.
Do you remember what you texted the other day?
What?
That you'll be
Saturday.
The Jeff Saturdays and the Indianapolis Colts, and here you are, you sleuthing, sly son of a
Benedict
bitch.
Arnold.
Benedict,
Traitor.
call me Benedict Arnold. You know what? Can I do a double lock this week just to double down on it?
Do a double lock. We haven't had.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride with PB on this one. Probably first time all year, maybe first time ever, but I'm gonna go Eagles. I think Sundays might be for Saturdays, but the hype train is ending. You guys lost Shaq Leonard. Like, has everyone forgot how terrible that defense looked without him? Well, we're about to find out with Justin Fields just shotgunning all over the place. They're going to put up 40 points, and you'll be lucky to get 15.
Nick, what game are you talking about?
You mean Jalen
What?
Hurts? Jalen
Hurts. What did I say?
Justin Fields.
Oh, well, he's on my mind because he's so good. But
just dreaming about Fields over there.
just dreaming about
you're having wet dreams about Justin Fields.
They put something in the water here in Chicago. I'll tell you that. But yeah, I think the Eagles obviously have just been a wagon all year. They have one letdown spot. This line should be like -14. I even might take an alternate spread on them just to get a little dicey and make it interesting.
This does feel like an alternate spread kind of. Doesn't it feel like either the Colts are covering like 6.5 and could win, or the Eagles are just blowing the absolute brakes off of them? I think in between.
Realistically, the Eagles will probably put up 30 points on them, and I don't think. I think I might go alternate spread -9.5.
Yeah, I like
Nick.
I like
you
that.
said the Colts look terrible with Shaq Leonard. Do you realize he's played maybe a total of one quarter this entire year, and our defense has been this good?
No, it has not been that great.
No.
It is. It's like a top 10 defense.
All right, I think
maybe
that's
top
enough
7.
on that game. That was a lot on a.
Yeah.
Fuck you, clowns.
All right. Next game. Sorry, I was just looking at how the Colts have played like nobody all year. So just to confirm that their defense isn't as good as
who have the Eagles played?
You're right. They have
Vikings.
Had a really
That's
easy
the best
schedule,
team
and the
they've played.
Colts are part of that easy schedule.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is an easy
All right.
game for them.
Next game. Jets going to play the Patriots. Are both these teams coming off a bye?
Yeah.
Yeah, both these teams come up by big divisional game here. Could have a lot of playoff implications right here. What do you guys? We'll start with you, Corey.
Okay, for this line, dude, the Jets are the worst 6-3 or whatever the record is team. They keep somehow. Okay, before they want to buy, they beat the Bills. Congratulations, whatever. They're now going to New England to play Bill Belichick off a bye. I hate betting the Patriots, but Bill Belichick off a bye is like 17 and like 5 straight up. They are going to absolutely roll this fraud of a team. Zach Wilson is not a good quarterback in the NFL. They lost their best player in Breece Hall. Their offensive line is absolutely decimated. The front four of the Patriots are going to absolutely just wreak havoc on Zach Wilson in that offense. Now on the other side, the flip side, the Jets do have a pretty solid defense at the moment. Sauce Gardner looks to be like the real deal.
Too much sauce.
But the thing is, the Patriots like to run the ball. They don't really, they don't air it out too much. So give me the Patriots -3. Patriots are 5-1 ATS in the last 6. They are 11-0 straight up at home in the last 11 playing against the Jets. They're going to blow the doors off. Talk about an alternate spread. I will take the Patriots here -9.5, I think.
Whoa.
All right, Nick, you.
I'm with you there, Corey. I think we can agree on this one. Patriots are definitely going to have a good win. I think the bye came at a really good time for a team that has been struggling to find an answer at quarterback. I mean, Zappy's got them through a couple weeks, and then Mike Jones comes back and
Who?
Thank you. All right, someone got the joke. Came back, didn't look too good, and I think the bye week came perfectly right for them. So hopefully they had time to sort things out, get him back in a rhythm. So I love what they do on the ground. Hopefully we see Damian Harris back in there. Can I get an injury report on that, Alex? I know you got him on your fantasy squad.
Listed as questionable. Obviously, hamstring with the running back is never a good thing, but coming off the bye, I think they're hopeful that he's going to play a little. Still TBD, though.
Yeah. I mean, Ramondre is a pretty good backup, debatably better. So,
backup. I don't know.
I think he's a starter now.
Yeah. You think he's a
should be.
full-time starter?
It should be.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
So, I think they got some good stuff going, and not too much hope on the Jets side. They should probably just fold the season and go get some more draft picks.
Get a quarterback.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we got the Panthers going to play the Ravens. Baker Mayfield at the helm. I don't know I think
Baker was announced the starter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
They probably loved him headbutting everyone and just having a severe concussion. They're like, dude, he can do.
Yeah.
That video was absolutely absurd.
That had to have
Just
hurt.
very on brand for him.
It had to have hurt. At least a couple.
I mean,
of those
he
hurt.
would like the players were like shocked. Like they were like confused.
A couple of them were
as to what
like, "Are
happened.
you sure, dude?"
Like their heads were being tossed back. That was ridiculous. All right. Start with you, Alex. What do you got here?
Yeah, Ravens -12.5. Tons of points, but we finally get to bet against Baker Mayfield. First time all season. Ravens defense is going to continue to round into form. Adding Roquan, I think, solidifies them as a serious threat. And I don't see the Panthers scoring much of any points in this. Ravens -12.5. Yeah.
All right. Doesn't look like anyone else had a pick.
Nick,
in
did
that.
you just take your lock? Did you just take your pick off?
Nick had a pick. He heard Baker Mayfield's the
Nick.
starter, took it off
Nope.
right away.
I didn't see the -12.5. I must have been looking at, something else, but continue.
All right.
I don't like this one.
Next we got Browns going to play the Bills. 8.5 point spread in favor of the Bills. We'll start with you, Corey.
So I saw conflicting reports today that Buffalo is getting 2 feet of snow between Friday to Sunday. I don't know if that's all going to come on Friday or Saturday or whatever it might be, but it's going to be cold as hell there in Buffalo, New York. 43.5 is the over under. I'm taking the under here at 43.5. I think this is okay. Granted, now if the weather forecast does change, I still think that this is an okay place to play this because the Bills just come off a hard fought game against the Vikings. The Brownies getting kind of beat up by the Dolphins. Browns offense is heavily relied on Nick Chubb. The Bills have one of the better rush defenses in the NFL. So I just like the under here. 8.5 points is too much for me. I could see somehow Brisket covering that late or something like that. So just give me the under 43.5 here.
I'm right there with you, Corey. Saw the same reports. Also saw like 17 to 20 mile per hour winds.
Yeah.
So, yeah, line opened up at 47 and has got bet down to 43.5 on those weather reports, I'm sure. But
Massive line movement.
yeah, I could if we get about 48 hours out, I think if the reports are still that the snow's coming on Saturday night, Sunday morning, I think you see that number go south of 40 points. So
Oh yeah.
I like under
Yeah,
43 and a half on those chances alone. And as you mentioned, Corey, Browns rely on that run game to score points, and that obviously takes more time off the clock. So
Also, to throw a little another stat out there, just not dealing with the snow or whatever the weather. The under has gone 6 of the last 7 Buffalo games at home. So just, I mean, that can be granted to the teams that they are playing, but I mean, the Browns can kind of be put into that same category. I know it's not a competitive offensive team.
All right. Next, this is we all have picks here pretty much. Except Corey, maybe.
I don't-
Corey doesn't.
Bengals at Steelers. I guess we'll start off with Nick since this is your lock of the week.
Yeah, this this will be an interesting game. I think I like the division matchups to typically be close, but I'm going with the Bengals here. I think, they obviously are really missing Jamar Chase, but they still got a much better team than the Steelers right now. I think hopefully that defense can come into form with some of the longer term injuries that they've had to face the past couple weeks. But I don't know. I just don't believe in Kenny Pickett, or if they roll out Money Mitch. Even I don't really like anything the Steelers are doing. I don't think they could put up more than 20 points in a game. They snuck by with a win against a bad Saints team. So I think this line's probably reflecting a little bit of that. So for that reason, I like the Bengals minus 4.5. Lock of the week, baby. Joey B.
Yeah.
We're going to start calling him Joey Bankroll.
Yeah. I'm on the same side. Bengals minus 4.5 coming off of a bye. I mean, the Steelers secondary is so bad. And yeah, I mean, Chase is gone, but they still have Higgins and Boyd to tell you. And then Mixon, like out of the backfield, even catching passes. This is how you attack the Steelers, and the Bengals are one of the best teams equipped to do that through the air. The Steelers might have won in that week 1 on such a fluke. Like the Bengals had to do so many things wrong to lose that game. So many things wrong to lose that game. And I just do not see that happening again. The Bengals should. I'm pretty sure I've been on the right side, except week 1 of every Bengals game. Like they've been my lock of the week, maybe 3 weeks. Picked them a few times. Like I've got a good read on this Bengals team, and they are going to crush the Steelers.
As long as they can keep them upright.
Yeah,
They allowed like 8 sacks that first week.
Yeah, I'm on the other side of this. Steelers plus 4.5. Divisional game, low total. TJ Watt's back. That Steelers defense is getting healthier by the day. As Corey likes to say, going back to the well on this one. Took them against the Saints. They won outright. I think that Joey B is going to have trouble getting the ball out and having any time to pass anything long downfield. Obviously, no Jamar Chase still, and Tomlin is 21-10 ATS against the Bengals, which is his best record against any team in the league. So, Steelers as a home dog are always a team that I like to bet. Tomlin's a huge rah coach, and yeah, low total divisional game. Give me the points.
I like that.
Oh man.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Man, the one thing you can't for our viewers, the very select few of you, the one thing you can't do is talk poorly against the Saints or the Bengals because PB will disagree with you.
No, the Saints. Do
Say
they?
it. Say it.
The Saints right now have
Saints-
one of the worst teams in the NFL.
They suck.
Yeah, they're terrible with what they're rolling out. They're one of the most injury-ridden teams.
Oh, here we
One of the
go.
most injury-riddled
All right,
teams,
moving
and
on.
they're rolling out Andy Dalton. Like, of
I
course
just
they're-
wanted to hear you say your team sucks.
yeah. Until we get Winston behind there, like we're gonna suck.
Hmm.
All right. Cowboys going to play the Vikings, and probably the most entertaining game of the week, I'd say. Yeah, I would say this is probably the
On
maybe
paper.
besides that Sunday. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
both teams winning records, a lot of implications here in the NFC seating wise, probably. Cowboys are favored by 1.5 in Minnesota. Alex, what do you got for us?
Yeah, this is my lock of the week. Cowboys money line. This feels like the most obvious bet on the board. You've got the Vikings coming off of maybe the most improbable win of the NFL season in the game of the year so far. And you've got the Cowboys who just blew a 14-point lead to the Packers on the road. Kirk has played well this year, but we've seen that the formula to make him play bad is to get pressure on him. When he's pressured, he is not good. He throws the ball away. He turtles with the ball and has looked bad against the blitz. And that's what the Cowboys do the best. They get pressure with 4 and can drop 8 in coverage then, or 7 in coverage. And I think the Vikings corners are going to also have trouble guarding the Cowboys threats. So give me Cowboys money line lock of the week. And
I'll
thanks for
take
letting me
another
get
big
it in.
CeeDee Lamb day.
Thanks for letting me get it in this
Yeah.
time, boys.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys offense definitely matches up well with that Vikings defense.
Yeah.
Another big
Um,
CeeDee
It's one of
day.
those like
yeah,
narrative
CD
games, you know.
CD
You
and
take-
I think even Gallup. I think Gallup could finally have a breakout game there.
yeah.
All right. Going into Sunday Night Football, which this is also, especially if we can get like one or both of Mike Williams, Keenan Allen back. Herbert versus Mahomes could be just a really, really good game. Corey, what do you got?
So I'm a little conflicted here, right? I have like 3 bets rolling around in my head right now for this game. The Chiefs are 1-4 ATS in the last 5 against the Chargers. Kansas City, though, is 14-3 straight up against the Chargers in the last 17. The over has gone over in these Kansas City's games, 7 of the last 8 games. Kansas City 7-0 straight up against the Chargers. When playing on the road in LA. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna take the Kansas City Chiefs to cover -6.5. I think they are the best team right now in the AFC. Their offense is, they just lost Juju, but their new favorite toy, Kadarius Toney, showed up. He had some good plays. They got him involved in the offense. He kind of took over that quote unquote Tyreek Hill position. MVS got involved. Travis Kelce is still playing amazing football and still the best tight end in the NFL by a landslide. I mean, it's not even close.
I don't know about landslide. Mark Andrews is still right there.
Well, Andrews can't stay healthy. Chargers are very beat up right now. I took the Chargers I should just take him to cover last week like I wanted to, but I took the over instead. If their key pieces, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, are still out, they're going to have a hard time, again, kind of moving the ball down the field. Look to see Austin Eckler to have a huge game. But at the end of the day, I think it's just a little bit too much firepower for the Chiefs. So I'm going to take the Chiefs -6.5. I also like the over. And I'm definitely going to take Austin Eckler's over on yards, but Chiefs to cover 6.5.
Okay.
I don't think the Chargers are that good of a football team.
Their defense is
they're
their
just-
defensive front solid.
No, just wait till Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. Are
I mean,
back.
they have big names, but like Joey Bosa's not like the sack leader hunt. Like he's not doing anything. Him and Khalil Mack should be
Khalil
destroying
Mack
people.
has like
and they're
7
not.
sacks.
Bosa's been hurt, and Mac has 7.
I know,
I
but-
believe, but no, I feel like the
mean-
Chargers are just the same team every year. Like
They just-
so
They're just like-
much talent on paper, so much hype going into the
Yeah,
season
They
and
underproduce.
they underproduce. They get injured bad every year, and it just feels
And
like
they,
the same.
they need to
same
rehire like a
team.
whole medical staff.
Seriously, there's something. Do they play? LA's not turf, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
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 SoFi.
Is it? Yeah. So
Yep.
maybe it's something to do with that, but I don't know, man. They consistently underperform.
Yeah.
Like
I'm gonna
barely
lose this
beating
bet.
the Falcons. You know,
Mahomes is under a touchdown has been money. Like anything above a touchdown, obviously last week notwithstanding, he's been bad against the spread. Anything like between 3 and I think 6 or 6.5 he's been lights out.
That's why I like at 6.5. If
Yeah.
it was 7 or 7,
It was.
and a half.
Yeah, it opened at 7.
Okay, so
Bet
give
down.
me through the key number of 6.5.
Yeah.
All right. Last game, Monday Night Football. 49ers going to play the Cardinals. Nick.
yeah, I
Last-
like the Cardinals in this one. Rumor is Kyler Murray sat out last week just so he could play a little bit of Call of Duty. You know, just so everyone knows, I was still the high scorer in my league, even though I started him. And just want to thank all my friends that are on the line right now for giving me a heads up that I should probably look at my lineup before. But now that we're past that, I think this is going to be a close game. And, you know, eight's kind of a lot of points. So just going with the Cardinals. I think it's a
Nice.
good bet. Primetime game.
Good stats.
I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just kind of a gut feeling. Nothing to.
I
I
like the
nothing
plus
crazy
8.
here.
I like the plus 8. It's not like the 49ers are scoring 35 points a game. Their goal is to get to 21 and not let the team get to like 14. So
I hate betting on the Cardinals. I hate it.
I hate betting on the 49ers. I think they're just, to be honest, this is gonna be the game that fucking shoots out, but I like the under 43.5. But phew. Even with Christian McCaffrey and Debo and Kittle, it's not like the 49ers offense is like this juggernaut right now.
It's too bad they have Jimmy G.
Yeah, if they had like Justin Fields, whew,
Yeah.
Super Bowl team for sure.
Oh, wait, what was that really, really good quarterback that was supposed to win like Rookie of the Year MVP this year?
He got
What is his
injured.
name?
He got injured.
I don't even
Lance-
remember because he's so irrelevant.
Okay.
Lance Bass.
It might have been Lance Bass.
I'll do it for this episode of week 11. We'll be back later this week for our DFS picks. We've been doing well
on fire.
both sides
Yes.
for DFS and picks. So hopefully that continues. But yeah, we will see you next time.
Like and subscribe.